I'm starting to see a trend with arm crossing on album covers this year.
True North Reviews, True North Reviews, True North Reviews.
Hey there, welcome to True North Reviews. My name is Ryan, and today we are discussing the Billie Eilish record, Happier Than Ever. This is the second full-length project from 2019's It Girl. Some may argue that she's passed that title on to Olivia Rodrigo in 2021, but still, today, Billie is a force to be reckoned with. She picked up a couple Grammys recently with Record of the Year, also getting a nod for Best Song Written for Visual Media, of course the tune for the upcoming James Bond film. And with this continual praise beyond her debut record, which was critically acclaimed for good reason, there is certainly a lot of pressure mounting on the shoulders of not only Billie, but her brother FINNEAS, and what the two are capable of doing to keep pushing the envelope to churn out more alt-pop hits. Quite literally, all eyes are on FINNEAS and Billie as they adjust to fame, and as expected, this new record, Happier Than Ever, addresses said fame while continuing to delve into themes of self-love and discussing image from the exterior, but also from the interior with happiness. The record begins on the track Getting Older, which acts as the mission statement of wanting to find new happiness, as Billie states that things she once enjoyed just keep her employed now. It's very fitting that there is a barely audible whisper over a mellow and introspective instrumental. It's almost as if Billie is feeling small and beaten down by the pressure I touched on earlier. Although the opening track is enjoyable, the confidence of Billie doesn't fully shine through until the record's second track, in my opinion, I Didn't Change My Number. This one has Billie's Pitbull sampled numerous times. It could be alarming if you're still caught in the slumber of the intro. Also coming as a big wake-up call is the stuttering synth outro on track 2, which honestly sounds good enough to be on a hip-hop instrumental. FINNEAS here could be inspired by someone like Kanye, and it doesn't sound half bad as he flexes his production ability at still such a young age. Skipping ahead, My Future is the album's proverbial self-love anthem. It meanders for the first half before breaking out into a groovy and hypnotic beat. No doubt it encompasses the Happier Than Ever theme, but in my opinion, all the singles from this project except My Future are commendable, as I think My Future is the outright snooze fest on this record and quite possibly has the weakest tune as well. Rebounding from that shortchanged criticism though, I can easily praise the record's follow-up in Oxytocin, which sees Billie taking a page out of what I would say is the Lana Del Rey playbook with extremely breathy vocals. Putting her own stamp of authenticity on the track though, Billie effectively details an abusive relationship in the bedroom. Honestly, way more harrowing and entertaining than most of Lana's discography could hope to be. Plus, adding in that thick, resonating sub-bass, Billie has essentially carved out her own lane stylistically. That comparison is a bit of a stretch to begin with. On to the subsequent track, GOLDWING, which is an immediate contrast from the previous track. This song instead offers solace to the woman who has undergone this traumatic experience, beautifully accentuated and anchored by Billie's angelic vocal performance in the track's first leg. Really, such gorgeous spacing on the vocals that it makes Billie sound like she's in a cathedral. Surely a welcome change of pace for the typically bedroom-oriented pop star. On the cut Lost Cause, listeners are greeted to yet another thick and catchy bass line. There's also a bit of a claustrophobic vocal mix on this one. Might not be for everyone, as you can hear every breath audibly taken, but it's still one of the highlights here for its bass line. Another highlight on this project, at least from a lyrical perspective, comes on Not My Responsibility, an entrancing monologue for any critic of Billie's music and celebrity status, but the real thought-provoking ideas stem from the catch-22 of Billie's choice of clothing. You know, wearing baggy clothes and being viewed as not enough of a woman versus stripping down to lingerie where you are objectified. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Moving on, the next track, Overheated, segues from the lyrical and sonic focus of Not My Responsibility. The track may come as a predictable topic for a sophomore project of Billie's status in the industry, but the tune is great nonetheless. On the other hand, Everybody Dies Otherwise is interesting as well. Billie sounds like she's channeling her inner Dr. House, which you love to see it because that show has such a legacy. But Your Power might be one step better for this album musically. It is an acoustic beauty. Initially, I thought it was on the slower and more tedious side as a teaser track, but Billie doesn't fail to captivate me here as just another song on the record. And honestly, that's par for the course the rest of the way. The record shifts into NDA, non-disclosure agreements, all the rave right now with celebrities, of course. Whether it was an influence or just a sign of comfort, I get the sense that sonically Billie was looking to shoehorn in a handful of cuts that sound like they could have landed on her debut project. NDA being one with its eerie synthesizers, Billie Bossa Nova earlier on the project, and then Therefore I Am, which has an amazing music video to complement. Highly recommend it. You might even recognize the Office homage towards the end. But just as Billie has her listeners settling in on a safe and familiar finish on this project, she throws in a noise rock influenced title track. Between its blown out drum audio and Ellie Roselle-like screams, the record doesn't settle for safe. In fact, it evolves within itself, displaying Billie Eilish's artistic evolution and execution in doing so. Overall, I think this album has a tight and consistent flow. A couple tracks even fooled me within their endings as they transition to a different section. For more positives, there are lots of solid grooves and bass lines here. Granted, the odd vocal choice rides on the coattails of Lana Del Rey, but a very well put together album regardless that for sure avoids the sophomore slump in my opinion. Kudos to FINNEAS and Billie for Happier Than Ever. I'm feeling an 8 out of 10. And there's the album review for today. Make sure you guys sound off down below in the comments. Tell me what you guys think of this music, whether you agree or disagree. I'm here to engage with you guys. If you'd like to leave a like, subscribe if you're new in town. I'd appreciate that as always. Thanks for watching and have a rockin' day.